Thanks to Corwin Motors for sponsoring the Keeping Score podcast. At Corwin Motors, they're proud to be family-driven for over 100 years. Their commitment goes beyond selling cars. They're dedicated to serving our community and providing you with the highest quality vehicles to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're searching for reliability, style, or comfort, they got you covered. They understand that you rely on their website for accurate and up-to-date information, and it's their promise to deliver relevant, detailed content that meets your needs. So if you're in the market for a new Chevrolet or just want to learn more, visit CorwinMotorsKalispell.com. Welcome everybody to the Keeping Score podcast presented by Corwin Motors. This week we have a short episode for you with the state tournaments wrapping up and the basketball season coming to an end. So let's get right into this week's highlights that you might have missed. The Bigfork girls were looking to get back into the championship game this year again, but unfortunately they didn't reach the podium as they fell to the Havre Blue Ponies 48-31 for a third place trophy at the State A girls basketball tournament at the First Interstate Arena on Saturday. Bigfork, which ended 21-5 on the season, fell behind 15-4 early and trailed 21-8 at halftime. Senior Braden Gunlock had 11 points and 9 rebounds in her final high school game, but the Vows went over 11 minutes without scoring in the first half and shot just 19% from the floor. They were able to reach the third place game with an earlier 57-55 win over Lewistown. Braden once again led the way, scoring 30 points, including 2 tie-breaking free throws with 2 seconds left, and grabbed 14 rebounds as the Vows outlasted Lewistown. In an earlier matchup, they won 55-52 over Lockwood. In this game, Peyton led the team with 22 points, Braden added 20, but it was Kenny Wade's three-pointer with less than 2 minutes left in the game that put this one out of reach with an 8-point lead. The Valkyries had an uphill battle all weekend at the Class A state tournament as they lost their opener against Havre 49-37. Braden Gunlock scored 15 points and Sister Peyton added 11, but the team struggled to score and didn't get closer than 9 in the second half. Nevertheless, it was a great season for the Valkyries in just their second season in Class A, and Braden Gunlock's historical high school career comes to an end. Good luck to her as she continues her basketball career at BYU, and congratulations to Bigfork on another great season. For Columbia Falls, they dropped both of their games in the state tournament, losing their opener to defending champion Billings Central before a historic effort from Kierra Kemppainen had the Wildcats almost completing a comeback against a good team in Frenchtown. Kierra finished the game with 9 three-pointers, which was made to believe a Class A single-game high school girls record. Unfortunately, this wasn't enough as they dropped the loser-out game to the Bronx 67-59. Taryn Borgen finished with 11 points, but in the end, the Cats struggled to get rebounds, which led to a lot of second-chance opportunities. Columbia Falls' first game, the Rams scored the first 9 points, gave up 2 Wildcat free throws, then scored the next 15 as Billings Central won easily 70-35. The Cats didn't get a field goal until Kierra Kemppainen's 3 at 6 minutes left in the second quarter to cut the gap to 27-7. Taryn Borgen and Emily Alton each scored 8 points for the Wildcats as they finished the season 12-12. Congratulations to Columbia Falls on a great year for them as well. Moving over to the boys' side of the bracket, Ronan almost came in third place, but they lost to Billings Central 45-40. Wade Qualtier led all scorers with 14 points for the Chiefs, but the Rams' defense was too much to overcome as they forced Ronan into 10 turnovers in the second half after Ronan had a 5-point lead at the break. The Chiefs were able to make it to the third-place game because of a win over Browning earlier in the day, 76-63, and they beat East Helena 73-67. In their battle with Browning, senior Tayden Edmo led the 5 Chiefs in double figures with 19 points, and Ronan withstood every push by Browning in a full-court battle. Wade Qualtier and fellow senior Chad Higgins had 10 points each for Ronan, with Higgins adding 9 rebounds. Royce Madplum knocked down a pair of three-pointers and scored 15 points to lead Browning, which ended their season 15-8. Even though they came up just short of the podium, I wanted to congratulate Ronan on another great season for them as well. Before facing Ronan in the loser-out game, Browning did pick up a win on Thursday, 49-44 over Glendive, but lost to Lockwood 56-47 in the semifinals. Lockwood ran out to a 28-10 lead and held off Browning's comeback to get back to the title game. Noah Butterfly led Browning with 11 points. Jude Rivas added 10, but the trademark burst by the Ronan Indians never came. Congratulations to Browning on another great season for them as well. In case you might have missed it in the paper or haven't seen it yet online, Skyview boys beat Billings West 48-46 in the Class AA championship, while the other girls' winner was Gallatin over Billings West 66-63 in overtime. For Class A, Dillon boys beat Lockwood 51-46 for their state championship, and the Dillon girls lost by 2 points in a tough battle with Billings Central 54-52 to finish in second. For a full list of all the high school sports scores, we did post them over the weekend in the paper, and be sure to check out the Daily Interlake website where we do more of a thorough dive into each game and what happened for all the games the local Valley teams might have played in. That is going to wrap up this week's episode of the Keeping Score podcast presented by Corwin Motors, as well as wrap up this year's winter sports season. The podcast will be taking the next few weeks off as we prepare for the spring season, so we'll see you all when that season begins. But until then, take care.
A fire that broke out on a cold and dark February morning in 2024 sent the small northwest Montana town of Knoxon reeling. Beginning in the Angry Beaver General Store on Knoxon Avenue, the conflagration would eventually claim a neighboring restaurant and a storied bar. The town had lost 3/4 of its business community by the day's end. 7 months after the fire, people were still wondering, will Knoxon recover? Can it mount a comeback? What will rise from the ashes?
Stream Season 3 of the Daily Interlakes Deep Dive podcast on your favorite audio platform, or catch the 2-part series on our YouTube channel.